Hi, welcome to Mama's Cookbook. I am making basil cakes, so I can make basil pasta, and I'm making a lot of them today because I had a lot of basil. So I washed the basil to show you and to start, and if you have basil that you're growing, which is easy to grow, stick it in your garden, it's easy to grow. Get a couple good handfuls of it, and a couple good handfuls ends up about 2 cups of leaves. Just rinse them, pat them dry, and then I don't like that stem, so I'm going to take the stem off, and I'm going to get 2 cups of nice sweet basil here. This is Italian basil. I was going to show you this too. See this one? If you buy these in the store, nowadays they're, because of the time of year, they're nice and big. You can get about 2 recipes out of one of these. You see I've already done it. And then this other recipes are now from the garden. So I like to make a lot of it at once because it stores well in the fridge and then I don't have to do it anymore. And the other thing I was going to talk to you about on this on this basil pesto, it's chopped, not blended in a blender. And I prefer that. It's the way I remember it from my childhood. We didn't have a blender, and I'm sure in the old country they didn't have blenders either, and they chopped their basil. And you go to a restaurant and you'll see a chopped pesto and you'll think, oh, this looks so pretty, it's so lovely, because it's chopped and not blended. Okay, but if you want to blend, it'll still taste good. All right, that's what I wanted to show you about the basil. I got 2 cups here. I got 2 cups here too. Whoopsie, falling them out. And the ingredients are simple. You need your basil, you need garlic, you need pine nuts and Parmesan cheese, olive oil. That's it. So I'm going to use, for this one, these are nice big cloves of garlic. So you can use 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. And I don't know if you know how to get the skin off that, but you just pound it down. Skin comes right off. Makes it easy. And now I've got it measured out, so I have 4 cloves of garlic. If you don't like a lot of garlic, use 3 cloves, it's fine. I have 1/4 cup of pine nuts. I have about 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And this is the other reason I like this. When you blend in a blender, you usually have to pour in a lot of oil to blend it all up. But if you make the cake, you just need a couple teaspoons or tablespoons, which makes it a lot easier on the calories. Okay, I was gonna show you this too. I got a mezzaluna. This is a mezzaluna, which is a curved blade. And they're great for this kind of chopping the basil. You can use a regular knife and chop too, but it seems to be better if I go in the up and down traditional method. Either way you want to do it, doesn't matter. So I start by just chopping up little pieces of the garlic, and then I'm going to start adding the basil. So I just start adding basil, and I just start chopping. Is that easy? Nothing to it. Just keep chopping away until it's chopped. Well, it seems like, you're gonna chop forever, but yeah, maybe you got 10 minutes wrapped up into it. Okay, and then just keep adding as you go along. I was gonna tell you about the mezzaluna. I'm so excited because I just got this one, and I'm gonna get a bigger one next time, larger. But they're not expensive either, you guys. So don't forget, they're nice little mezzaluna. I think you can get one for like $6. A small one like this. Just keep adding. If you didn't get the stem out, get rid of the stem. You don't want that. Oh, there's another one I didn't get rid of. Okay, looking good. Now the next thing I'm gonna add is the pine nuts. About a 1/4 cup of pine nuts. And then just gonna chop and blend it in. I'm not as picky about the pine nuts. 1/4 cup is like a handful, if you don't like to measure, like my daughter-in-law. Look at that. And now I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. So good. Oh my gosh. All right, and now I'm gonna start chopping and adding the Parmesan cheese. Now, if you have grated cheese, you're gonna need close to 3/4 of a cup. If you have already the fine grade, it might be a little less, more like a 1/2 cup. So you'll just have to see how it goes, okay? So this is the lightly grated one, the do-it-yourself grade. I'm gonna add it in. I got a little of the other kind too. I've used both kinds of Parmesan today in all the batches that I've been making. I know people that have taken out the pine nuts and put walnuts in it instead, or you know, something else that pleases them. I know people that have made parsley basil, or taken parsley pesto, taken half parsley, half basil, and made a pesto out of it. You know, it's really pretty versatile. Now I'm going to show you something. You can see this has kind of all been incorporated in the chop. Get that off of there. But look, you see how it kind of starts to, how I can squeeze it together? That's what you're looking for. I think this is pretty good. Look at that. All right. So what I do, so you know, is when I make it, this is called a pesto cake, because you see how it can form. You can take it in your hand and squeeze it together. So this is called a pesto cake. And what you do is you take it at this point, you take your little cake, and you're gonna put it in your container. This is my little container to store it in. So if you're making this, you might as well make several of them. You have them in your refrigerator, they'll last a few months. You'll be fine. All right, now there's my cake in there. And then all I do is I take 2 tablespoons of olive oil and pour it on the top. And put the lid on, and into the refrigerator it goes. When you're ready to use it, you cook your pasta, toss this in, maybe drizzle a little bit more olive oil, a little more Parmesan if you need it, a little pasta water for thickening, and that's it. And so while you're waiting, I'm gonna boil some pasta. I'm gonna make another batch. This one's going in the refrigerator. I'm gonna make another batch to show you what it looks like all done. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. All right, the pasta's done. The pesto's done. I always like to save a little bit of pasta water, add if you need it. So now I'm going to just take my pesto and mix it in with my pasta. Oh boy. Now, what do you think? If you made this pesto up, look at that. Look at that. That's all you need. It's beautiful. If you made the pesto up and you just had to rush home and make something really quick, you boil the pasta and your dinner's ready. All right. So I want to show you another little, so I get this off of here. You can add a little bit more olive oil too. And if it doesn't seem like it's covering, add a little bit of the pasta water, a little bit of the, in fact I will anyway because the pasta soaks it up. And I'll add a little bit more cheese and I drizzle more. Oh, this is me. This is just me. You know, I can't make, I have to add a little everything, right? A little bit more, little this, little that. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm happy. All right, now this is beautiful as it is. I want to show you that. But if you want to add a little something extra, which I do because we had these in the garden. These are tomatoes, the little cherry tomatoes from our garden. And so I just put them in this pan with a drizzle of olive oil, or you can use a drizzle of water, put the lid on and cook them till they pop. And then I just like to add them in, a little color, like the Italian flag, you know? All right, not necessary, you don't have to do it, but I had them and there they are. Okay, let me get some for my cameraman.
Okay. Let's eat it. It smells good.
Oh yeah, it is good.
Mmm. That is tasty.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too much garlic for you, huh?
Oh yeah.
You like garlic?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna taste mine too. And I'm gonna make, I have enough pine nuts to do another batch, so I'll have more for the refrigerator for later. So that's what I'm gonna do. And thank you for watching. We'll see you later on Mama's Cookbook.